Qapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Qapla. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. Falsehood, important things are giving you peace.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate the transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to Bed Life for Monday, Memorial Day, April 30th, May 30th, 2022, and not 2033, to which I accidentally, erroneously titled the stream. It was not, there were no agents from Kurdistan switching keys on my keyboard. Unfortunately, while I would love to blame Kurdistan, the reality is there's no way Kurdistani agents would ever get that close to change my keyboard keys or hack my machine or anything of that nature. No, I'm afraid the error was in ourselves and not in the stars for this particular breach of date. But thank you for giving me a possible clue as to where it may have came from, John DeMarco, who said he didn't know it was already 2033. Did we slingshot around the sun into the future? That is a possibility, but I also don't think it's true. He blames Kurdistan. Not Ryan Johnson says hello on Qapla. Hello on Qapla. Not Ryan Johnson. Hail Karoga, absolutely. Hail to Karoga. Not Ryan Johnson says, did an agent of Kurdistan swap the keys? Nobody swapped keys on my keyboard. John says, greetings all. Arabic Sander says, Qapla, Qapla, Arabic Sander, and live long and prosper. There we go. There we go. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I'm getting the hang of it. Thank you, Arabic. Carlo Albanese says, hail Karoga, hail Karoga. Carlo Albanese. Arabic Saunders says, hey to John. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. John says, hey to Arabic. Mike Richards says, hey to John. Pop Culture Curator's in the house, says, hello to everyone. Hail, Pop Culture Curator. I thought you had a stream coming up, Pop Culture Curator. John DeMarco says, hey to Mike. Pop Culture Curator says, Qapla, Berto Prey. Hope you are feeling better, sir. Well, mostly, except for the tooth and the cough, the phlegm. But other than that, we're good. Carlo Albanese says, we, the people, demand Berto Prey 5. Thank you. And Carlo, I don't know if you've heard the good news, but there is now a stand-in Sisopray emoji, a temporary one. But since you often use Sisopray as the Sisopray emoji fill-in, I went ahead and put in a Sisopray emoji until I can get a good one to actually take over. But it is a Sisopray photo of her from Arizona from, I don't know, 14, 15 years ago. Last time we were both in Arizona together. So just a heads up. Next time you do Sisopray emoji, there'll actually be an emoji there. What do we got? LDG's in the house. Good evening, LDG. You were busy streaming last I checked. I hope you didn't end on my account. What do we got? Carl Albanese says, we demand Berto Prey. You're going to get him. You got him right now. You're going to get it. You got him right now. I was strongly considering not streaming up until about 10 minutes ago. I was going to just say, I'll go on somebody else's stream and you guys can talk to me there. And I was like, okay, I might still do that after this stream's over. But I was like, you know what? I owe you guys a stream. So even if it's a short stream, it's better than nothing. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm not on drugs, Pop Culture Curator. I'm not on drugs. I wish it was April, but time is going too fast. Time is just moving too damn fast. You know, you got the guy who was the rent's too damn high party. The rent's too damn high. Well, the time is moving too fast party. I would put all our government money into scientists who can slow down the speed of time. Okay? That's what we're going to do. We're going to use all our government money. We're going to figure out how we can slow down the speed of time. I believe if we put all of our money into the super collider that we were going to build in Texas in the 90s, but then Bill Clinton canceled it, and then now we have no super collider. And I don't know that he canceled it. I just like to blame Bill Clinton because why not? Why not blame Bill Clinton? So let's blame Bill Clinton for canceling the Texas super collider. Mom probably wants to blame Hillary. We'll blame both the Clintons for canceling it. Had we had our super collider, we would be able to change the speed of time around the planet, and we could still be enjoying the 1990s. We wouldn't even have hit Y2K if we were able to control the speed of time. But we can't now. We can't because Bill Clinton had to have you know what with you know who, you know where, and then you know what onto a you know what, which then you know who put in a plastic bag for God knows when because she knew she'd need it. You get what I'm saying? I'm not crazy. You are crazy. That was completely cromulent information. Words and Pictures says, good to see you. Good to be here. You are sounding much better. Glad for you. Thank you, Words and Pictures. And you are sounding much better. So I'm glad for you, too. John DeMarco says, Bird of Prey, that must have been something you learned from Dr. Bashir. I don't know what we're talking about. Arabic Sonder confirmed Bird is a time traveler. I am a time traveler. We're all time travelers. We are all traveling the river of time. The river of time. Oh, but it's getting kind of bumpy. Nobody promised a calm river. Nobody promised a smooth ride on the river of time. That should be a t-shirt. Not Ryan Johnson says Bird of Prey is trying to tell us God Emperor of Karoga made a mistake. Inconceivable. It's true. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz says Qapla, Bird of Prey. Happy Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to everyone. Memorial Day is a tough day to figure out for some people. It's just the start of summer for most. But if you remember what it's about, it's really a sad day. And I wonder if this is the best day to celebrate what we celebrate. I mean, if you want to say, these people would say this is what they were fighting for. They want you to be happy. They want you to be able to go out and have picnics and enjoy a sunny day by the water, whether you're on the ocean or a pool or a lake or a spring, a creek, a gully, whatever you've got, a reservoir, a bayou, yes. Mama pray. Unfortunately, the Wordle word last night was bayou. I was up past midnight trying to finish the word, and I couldn't do it. So I said, F it. Rather than ruin today's word, I decided to just enter the incorrect word yesterday, figuring I would just be told, you screwed up. But no, in fact, what happened was I wasted all the after midnight tries on Wordle went to today's word. So I totally screwed up. I lost 2 days of Wordle trying to save a day. There's absolutely no reason to do Wordle after midnight until you've got the new word. Otherwise, those old words, they just, they don't go away. So I screwed myself pretty good. Epic Perspective is blaming Hillary. The Epic Perspective is blaming Hillary. So that's a lot more like Mama Pray. Pop Culture Curator says they should have named the Collider Monica. He would have approved it. Very funny. Arabic Saunders says you can already slow down time, especially at 4:20. Not the way we're gonna slow down time. Number 1 is here. Hey, number 1. Says Bird of Prey, did you like or not like the submarine aspects of the Gorn episode on Strange New World? The submarine aspects. At first, I was okay with them. However, they went way overboard. For one thing, um, well, for one thing, they're in space. So, I mean, it's like the opposite of a submarine. The amount of pressure on their hull is less than one, not more. I guess when they were inside the anomaly, then yeah, the pressure could have gone high. But I mean, most spaceships are said to work between 0 and 1 standard ATM. So yeah, it would kind of be the opposite of that. But then the other problem with it was once an entire deck got damaged, they said the bottom 5 decks were taken out. That would severely weaken the entire rest of the ship. You would never expect to survive long term once you've already lost 4 or 5 decks due to crushing. And worse, Kyle, who was left the guy behind, which okay, he had to do that. I understand he had to leave a guy behind. He didn't want to, but he did it. But he wasn't on a different deck. He was still on the same deck. Just because you walk through a door doesn't put you on a different deck, right? You have to be off the deck. The decks go up and down. The doors are still all one deck. So that didn't make any sense. If he was going through a Jeffries tube and he was going up and he was looking down at somebody and then it crushed all beneath him, that would make some sense. What happened to him and leaving his friend on the same floor, that makes no sense. That makes no sense. As for the rest of the Gorn episode, I hated it because it completely destroys everything else we know about the Gorn. Elihu says you can slow down the light photons, which theoretically slow down the effects of gravity, and then time can be controlled. John DeMarco says, I'm afraid my fault, dear bird, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, for a much more believable quote. Thank you, John DeMarco. The Epic Perspective says, Dear Bob, why are Vulcans better than Klingons? How about they're not? They're not better than Klingons. Except, well, only in one way. Only in one way are they better than Klingons. And that is the female seductive way. That's why Quark's favorite hologram, holosuite, is Vulcan love slave. You don't want Klingon love slave. It doesn't do nearly as well. Elihu says, I don't celebrate Memorial Day. Today is a day of remembrance to the fallen soldiers who gave their life for freedom. And yet it's also a day that we start summer. We get into, we do all types of other things. I don't know. Who's to say? Who's to say if it's right or if it's wrong? I don't know. I don't know. Do you know? John DeMarco says, regarding submarine aspects, why was the Gorn ship crushed, but the shuttle was fine? Because of those Starfleet engineers. And they're just really good at building stuff. Captain Fandom Nerd says, hello, Qapla. Captain family and fandom nerd. I was on your stream this morning. Was I? Yeah. I came on. I said hello. Yeah, okay, you know I was there. I forgot if I'd come on or not. I must have. Right? Did I? Did I come on? Yeah, I did. Yes, of course I did. We talked. We talked about, okay, I'm not crazy. God damn it. I'm not crazy. I remember we spoke. Yeah, we did. So, let's think. Definitely. I was definitely on the stream this morning. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure. Mama Bray, you said you had a. Oh, you. Okay, no problem. Oh, Mama Bray fell asleep. No, it's okay. You don't have to. Don't worry about it. Mama Bray had. She'll do it till another day. No worries. Yeah, Mama Bray is still below what's that? Below the weather? Under the weather. Mama Bray is still under the weather. Yeah, I remember I was on now, Captain. It's been a long road, Cap. Getting from there to here. And I forgot which streams I was on and which streams I weren't on. No worries. No worries. Okay. Well, let's check what's going on with Dear Bop. I don't believe there's many Dear Bops. No, there's only 2 Dear Bops. So let's check the news. Let's check the news. Biden points to assault weapons ban as rational option. No. Oh, Mama Pray now does have something to say. Okay, what's your opinion, Mama Pray? Mama Pray thinks there should be some kind of military presence, like National Guard, at every school. Every possible school. Well, I believe I've spoken of this once, but God knows how long it was and if anybody here even. Okay, but I was at my elementary school or junior high. I believe it was I think it was junior high. And we had a substitute teacher. And this substitute teacher had been a World War II soldier at some point in his life. And now at this point in his life, he was a substitute teacher. Anyway, he just decided to talk to the class because he had heard that and I'm not trying to what's that? I'm not trying to be a smart ass, but he had heard that this particular class was the gifted class. That was the class I was in. I was in a gifted class, and he wanted to talk to the gifted kids as to what. Now remember, this was the 1990s, the early 1990s, New York City, and schools were terrible. The school situation was terrible. So he wanted to know, well, what did the kids think they should do? And the look on his face is something I will never forget, and how horrified this poor man looked. And I didn't understand. I filed this away in my brain because I knew at the time that there was something I was seeing here which I was just incapable of understanding. But he was so, what I would describe now as scared, when he heard our hopes for the future. And it didn't occur to me, why would he be so disturbed? And it was probably months or years later that I first understand. Okay, this guy just fought, not just, but he battled for us to be free. He battled for us to be free. And what did my class want to do? My class wanted to invite the military in to not only to our schools, but to our neighborhoods, so that there would be military on every corner, so that we would feel safe again. And I never forget, this man, he had to be in his 60s, 70s at the time, maybe less. I don't know. But he was quite the old man, and he was damn near crying, hearing our hopes for having the military protect us all. And he's like, don't you, and nothing he could tell us was making our brains or our anything click in. He didn't want to tell us the reality of, you don't have soldiers, you don't have the best of the best out there. You don't have comic book heroes out there in the military. You don't have people who want for nothing out in the military. Okay, the military is composed of other people like you and me and your uncle who's always up to some no good, and your cousin who's been to prison 3 times and would have been to prison 3 more times if not for their other brother who is always playing defense for them. You don't know. You don't know, and you don't want to know. You do not want these people watching over you 24/7. They are not the hell nice people. They are, not that they're bad. I'm not saying they're bad, and given the chance or the option of going to an American POW camp or a Russian POW camp, you're damn well sure you're going to choose the American. Everybody would. But these are not the nicest people. They're not the best at everything. And you certainly don't want to invite soldiers, whether they're your soldiers or, God forbid, someone else's soldiers, into your streets. You don't want to do that. And this poor guy, it looked like we killed this man. It looked like we had killed this man by our actions of nonchalantly saying, oh, we could just get soldiers to watch everything. And he looked so disappointed. Never before have I seen the look of true and utter disappointment in the face. I see that in the face of him. When we had not just one person, but an entire frickin' gifted class saying, oh, it's no big deal. We'll just do this. And throw up our hands like we have no responsibility in this. We're going to just put it all on you and your generation to save us. And now I realize there was no way. There's no way to do that. He should have. I wish he had said something. I wish he had looked at me and said then that, what it would take me still years to realize that you can't trust people that much. You can't trust people enough to act like that just because they've got badges, or just because they're soldiers, or just because they wear a uniform. It doesn't mean that they immediately become perfect people. I'm sorry, Mama Pray, but I have. Oh, Elihu says, can I switch from top chat to live chat? I'm on live chat, Elihu. I just didn't answer every particular. He said, never mind. Yeah, I just didn't answer every particular post. John DeMarco says, hope you feel better, Mama Pray. Mike Richards says, the world is mad, but for me and thee, and sometimes I have my doubts about thee. Elihu says, I'm over the weather. It's too damn hot. Resolute Germ says, hello all. Hello, Resolute. The epic perspective. It's been a long road. I can touch the sky. Resolute Germ says, Captain Fandom Nerd, hello. Arabic Sander also says hello. Jedi Bill says hello, Bird of Ray, Qapla, brother. Hail, Karoga. Hail, Karoga, Jedi Bill. No, this was years before the World Trade Center attack. The attack happened. I was already at work. I was working. I had graduated college, 2001. I graduated college. I had started working in August of 2000. So this was about almost a year later. Or actually it was over a year. Over a year later. I'd been going to work for a year and a month at that point. I had recently got my own apartment. Had moved out. I had recently moved out of my old home, my old boyhood home. Mama Pray. It was a sad day. Mama Pray. Mama Pray didn't think I was gonna leave, I guess. Man, that was it wasn't sad. Dad O'Prey didn't think I'd leave, I think. Well, because Dad O'Prey stayed living with his parents until he got married. So I guess he just thought that's what would happen.
As a mother, of course, I would miss you. But also, as a mother, I was proud of you that you were on your own and able to do that and felt confident enough. Of course, I should have gone over a few things with you before you.
Yeah, like about how to wash
a spoon by hand if your dishwasher broke. Yes.
Yeah.
I see I missed a few things.
Yeah.
So don't you wish now you left me sleeping? You want a tale?
Yeah, we want a tale.
Hi, everyone. Please ignore my sniffles, because I will be sniffling. Not because of a sad tale, but because I've got a cold. Anyway.
Hold on one second.
Yes.
Hello, Ed S. Qapla. He says, happy holiday. I like your Strange New World stuff. Thanks. I like Strange New World. It's nice to see they're finally trying. I don't believe that woman will become a horror, even though she is a nice lady and good actress. Thank you, Ed S. I appreciate you watching Strange New World stuff. And Resolute says I was referring to the 93 attack. That was, yeah, it was probably around that time. Okay. Good eye. Good eye, Resolute. Sorry, we'll pray. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh,
I had to just say hello to a new viewer.
oh well, hello,
Ed
new
S.
viewer. See, I forgot what I was going to say. I really am getting old. No, all kidding aside, I understand the significance of Memorial. I mean, that I think goes without saying, to remember all the fallen heroes. But in today's day and age, and I'm talking about not just today, but the last, I don't know how many years, 40, 50, people have, this is the unofficial start of summer, the start of nice weather, people barbecue, have parties, and years ago, when our family was large and healthy, we used to do that too. And we had a nice sized pool in our yard, and grateful to have had a nice sized home that could hold a lot of people and the wherewithal to host a nice sized party. We had many, many backyard barbecues, and this was the start of summer, and I would say every weekend, unless we went upstate or went on vacation, and even during the week sometimes, we never knew who was going to show up at our house. We had, and I'm not talking like 2 people come, I'm talking 10, 20. One time was during the week. I guess we had gone out shopping or something. I don't know where we were. But we came home, and I saw, I think it was a phone company truck parked on the side of our house. It was a corner house, so, there was a lot of parking in that area, and we had a couple of driveways. But there was a phone company truck parked, and like there was no other house nearby. So why is this truck parked there? Well, when we got in the house and I looked in the pool from the window, there was one of our friend's sons who worked for the phone company just floating in the pool. And when we went back, he said, I knew you wouldn't mind. And I said, no, of course not. He said, I'm on my lunch hour. I said, go right ahead. And these things, would happen. One time we went away. We did go upstate. And we came home to my brother having a barbecue with his friends in the backyard and in the house. And my brother worked with Dado Prey, and he had keys. He would walk the dog. We had the Beagle Princess then, so he would take care of things. And when we came home, he had about a dozen people. I miss those days. I really do. I miss being around people. But on the other hand, I don't miss the work preparing for a group of people. And I can't say that, like today, I know Ciso Prey has Charlie at her aunt's house and uncle's house, and I'm sure they're barbecuing or whatever they're doing for food. and they have a pool, and they're enjoying themselves. And I'm happy she's there. I really am. And I can't say, I mean, if Bird got up and said, I can walk, that we would be on our way there. I'm also happy to be here and in a quiet spot. I hope that makes sense. In fact, if Bird said he could walk and drive, I'd wish him have a good day if he was going. Oh, gosh, I guess I am getting old, guys. But I don't mind getting old. I just going to keep getting old, though. I don't want to change that. So on that note, I hope everybody is enjoying the beginning of your summer and your summer, however way you do it. Whatever is good for your life. Whatever situation you're in, make the best of it. You know? One more thing I'm going to add, which is not a tale, but just ironic or whatever. My stepbrother calls me yesterday, and he's so excited. I haven't heard him that excited in years. And he says, I found so-and-so. Well, the person he found was a person that lived directly across the street from us when we were growing up. So the last we saw or heard from this guy was during the Vietnam War. We know he got home okay, because my stepbrother was also in Vietnam. And, but like 1972, 1973 was like where, they became adults and went their own lives. And this guy was a friend of his. And of course I knew him, and I knew, it was like two households right across from each other, and were pretty friendly. And he was so happy to have found this guy. And he says, oh, here, he gave me his number. He wants you to call him. He wants my other brother to call him, and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I didn't call, but I did Facebook friend him. And and I gave his phone number to my other brother. So yesterday, everybody reconnected with an old friend and an old neighbor. I mean, after 50 years, that's a long time. But it was nice to reconnect. That's it. I'm done.
You were gonna.
What?
The fact that he lived across the street almost for a long time.
Oh, yeah, I said, we grew up.
But no, then where
What?
Uncle, he lived near him again for.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
For many years
Yes.
without him knowing.
Right. Okay, in this past 50 years. Now, obviously, we're from New York, but I keep getting, I've got two brothers, one stepbrother, one biological brother, and they both live in Florida now. My standard joke is that they're both going to wind up in the same nursing home as roommates. The point being is they really don't get along that well. It would be like an Odd Couple type of relationship, if everybody remembers the Odd Couple TV show. Anyway, so the neighbor that lived across the street when we were kids, turns out lives in Florida now. That was less than 5 miles from where my brother lived for 30 years. They didn't know it, But anyway, it's a small world. Yes, I forgot that part. Anyway, you never know who you're going to find.
Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome. Guys, have a good weekend.
Paulo Albanese puts Mama Pray, Mai, Diana, Charlie, and Sassy, and a hug.
Aw,
emoji.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carlo.
I felt that hug. Thank you.
Arabic asks, where do you find the custom emojis? I believe you need to be a channel member to use them, but I'm not 100% sure. So I think that's where they are. And thank you, Mr. DeMarco, for clearing out that troll or the spammer. Captain Family Nerd, Fandom Nerd. So click the add reaction. Gotcha. That's where I thought it was. Thanks for the tale, Mamo Praise, says John DeMarco. Words and Pictures says, that's wonderful. Reconnecting after all that time. I also miss the days gone by, but I'm enjoying the days lived now. Thank you for sharing, Mamo Pray. I certainly miss the days gone by. I was thinking of just making not seriously, but less seriously thinking of making a series of, I don't know, memories, something like called Memoirs of a Spoiled Kid or something. And I don't know, remembering the days, like Mom Frey was saying, when people would just come over, family friends would come over, spend the day in the pool, spend the day barbecuing, spend the day out, in the backyard.
I would come home and what's his name was cooking. Just say one of the Final Praise friends.
Oh yeah, Joe. I'm not going to say his last name, but yeah, the other guy. Oh well, those are all different types of days. Yeah. I was just talking about summer days. Dad will pray. Our neighbor across the street, they did what's that? Metal, steel. What's that called? When you bond metal. And welding. They had a welding business. So one of the things Dad O'Prey, I don't know if they had it or Dad O'Prey came across it, was this big 14-foot picnic table, steel and wood. Oh, they made it? Okay, so what do you mean two? Okay, yeah, so they made two, one for their own yard and one for our yard. This 14-foot custom steel and wood picnic table. So that was one part of our backyard. And it had a hole for a umbrella. And didn't they also put one of those at the yacht club?
That was when that was ours.
Okay, that was ours. We put the yacht club. Got it. Okay.
Wait, we were not little people. We were made good.
These are not what?
The whole weight.
Oh. Yes. Right. The whole point was that the people across the street, like the people in my house, except for Mamo Prey and Sisso Prey, were exceptionally large people. And so for this 14 set, this wasn't 14 little people. These were 14 me's. So it probably could have fit 20 to 25 kids, maybe more. Certainly could have fit a couple of dozen Mamo Preys. But for me, yeah, so this for them to bring out, it was huge. It was a huge amount of steel and wood. And man, was it ever. Not that I liked sitting in that style table, because you couldn't move the bench. But man, anywhere you sat on that, it was solid. You didn't have to worry about it breaking or it bending or anything breaking or risk anything. I've seen my fair share of chair accidents over my years, even up to that point, because it was just so much heavier than what any of this furniture was ever intended to put up with. But this type of stuff, this was very welcoming. And, it would be set up across from the pool. The pool, I remember when we went to buy this pool, and it was an above ground pool because the water table was quite, I don't know, is it low or high? The water table was very close to the surface of the ground, so it's very hard to put in a below ground pool. Plus, it was a hell of a lot more expensive. So we had a beautiful above ground pool. But I tell you what, it was still, our neighbor across the street, they did go for the extra and had the in-ground. But I don't ever remember going over to their house to go in their pool. And they were always over our house in our pool. So Mamo Prey's confirming we did go over there a couple of times. I'm sure we did. I literally have zero recollection of ever going in their pool. And yet I could tell you every day of the summer they were in our pool. So I don't think we missed anything by not having the in-ground pool. Now, we did have an in-ground pool at my great uncle and aunt's house, which we would go to for 4th of July every year. Every year, till I was in high school, we would go there. In fact, probably even beyond high school, every year till college, for sure. Man, I always loved that pool. That was a beautiful, beautiful pool. And because that was a big backyard out in Long Island. And yeah. I didn't find nicer pools than that until we went to Florida for vacations or something. Anyway, Ed, thank you. I saw you had to go. I apologize for not reading your chat quicker. Ed S., I'm making hot sauce pork chops. Nice day over here. Delicious, Ed S. It reminds me, there was one 4th of July. I believe it was right around the time I was graduating high school. where for whatever reason, I think it was bad weather, we didn't go out to Long Island that one year. And instead, they came into Brooklyn. And we had this wonderful 4th of July at my dad's yacht club. And oh my God, the only thing we were missing was the pool. The only thing we were missing was the pool. And don't get me wrong, that was a giant thing to be missing. But it was such an awesome 4th of July because you have this view of like South Brooklyn because you got the water in front of you and then nothing is in front of it for, half a mile. And then you've only got our little houses, and one's 2-story houses. So you could look up and see for miles. And the entirety of South Brooklyn was just lit up that particular 4th of July. Any place you were looking, you were seeing fireworks for hours. We had a barbecue going. People were bringing in so much food. We had days of meat just cooking, chicken, burgers, little steaks, and just come eat some more. It smelled delicious. It was like never-ending food, good food, never-ending, delicious food, and nice, beautiful temperatures and beautiful fireworks. And this was at the point where I was at the point in my life where I wasn't afraid of fireworks anymore. When I was a kid, I was afraid of fireworks. Me and my dog, we would both hide under the furniture. I mean, like if I could hide, I would hide. Loud noises of any type, thunder, loud cars or motorcycles, they were way too much for me. And I see it in Nephew of Prey now, like there's a loud noise and he does not like it. And I was like that for a long time. I wish I could tell him he'd be better in a few years, but if it was like me, he'd have to be 18 before he's able to take those noises. Yeah. Pop culture curator with a 12-month Karogan orphan says, chat says, Happy Memorial Day to the Bird of Prey family. We love you. I love you guys. Thank you so much, Pop culture curator. The Epic Perspective says, not all spam is good, but old spam is what's for dinner. Roll. That was because there was some spam John DeMarco cleaned up. Thank you, John. Ed S. says, when Mama Bray said New York, I definitely heard the New York accent. New York. Yep. Pop Culture Curious says hello to everyone in the chat. Arabic Sander gives a little peace sign back. Resolute Germ finally got Top Cat DVD. U.S. Post Office had lost. Very cool, Resolute. Very cool. Follow Albanese. Sunday. Bird of Prey 5 might eat the out-of-date spam Mama Prey saved for us. No, says Mama Prey as she's coughing. Poor Mama Prey. Ed S. says, did you ever see Pink Floyd TNG mashup? It's really uplifting. Listen the version without the farts. I have not, but I will take a look. Thank you, Ed S. No farts. Okay, maybe I need to extend the time to a couple of minutes before people can chat. Carlos says, remember Corn Hub for all your corn needs. Resolute Germ says, an in-ground pool in Brooklyn sounds like yeah. It's, I mean, especially since we were literally 150 yards from a creek. So it's like, it's really, the thing is that literally across the street from us used to be a pool club. So there was multiple in-ground pools, deeper than any one backyard and bigger than any one in a backyard. And that was even closer to the water. I mean, that was literally right up against the water. So I don't know how those were ever put in. Yeah. Carlo Albanese is singing Pools Out for Summer. Epic perspective, Berto Prey is fearful of leaf blowers. True story. Well, that is true. I'm not fearful. I really don't like them. I hate them. I hate the leaf blowers. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. Anyway, let's go back to the news. See if there was something to bring up there. 9-year-old describes escaping through window. Oh, anger mounts over police response. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband arrested for DUI after crash in Napa. Well, that's unfortunate. What does a black hole sound like? NASA has an answer. It doesn't sound like anything because you can't hear it. Today's Wordle word of the day. Answer and hint, May 30th. I don't know. I can't even play it. I mean, I could play it on a different computer, but it's just not worth it. Preview, Strange New Worlds episode 105 with new photos and clip from Spock Amok. Oh, that's interesting. I'll check that out. That doesn't even look any better than mine. In fact, mine looked better than his. Is he not able to do the Spock thing? The 5th episode of the new series, Strange New Worlds, arrives this week, and we have details, new photos, and a clip to get you started. Strange New Worlds, episode 5 is titled Spock Amok, a twist on the classic TOS episode titled Amok Time. The episode, so we know which episode they're going to steal from, or room. It was directed by Rachel Litterman. Myers had previously teased this episode as a romantic comedy. The episode debuts on Paramount Plus on Thursday, June 2nd. It's a comedy of manners when Spock has a personal visit in the middle of Spock and Captain Pike's crucial negotiations from an unusual alien species. T'Pring. T'Pring is back. Is she pregnant? Is she pregnant there? It's highly illogical, Spock says. We didn't do anything. She's like, oh, Spock, don't you understand how Vulcans mate? He's like, I thought I did. He's like, no, the moment you touched me, it became your baby. And Nurse Chapel's here like, what did she say? Is she trying to guilt you into marrying her? That's not how babies are made. Nurse Chapel says, I'll show you how babies are made. And Spock is like, oh, this will be most enlightening. Because she really wants Spock. Look at that. Look at that. You can see it in her eyes. Don't let her look at you, Spock. She'll eat your soul. I bet she's got the drink drugged. She's drugged the drink, Spock. Oh no. Oh no, Ortega's. Oh, she's testing it on you first. Resolute Germ says, for your health, Bird, skip this episode. Mike Richards says, Thursday, June 2nd, I turned 65. Congratulations. Not that I... Mama Bray says she wishes she was 65. Happy early birthday from me and Mama Bray. The epic perspectives is Captain Janeway called and asked if anyone has any coffee. The Delta Quadrant is on short supply. And Arabic Saunders says, Bird of Prey, you now need to do this every week. Do I go through these pictures and make a story? Well, then T'Pring is back, and she's not happy. She's not happy. Spock is here. And he's like, stay away from me, woman. I've learned how babies are made. And you lied to me. Big time. And she's like, oh yeah, Spock, I'll get you back for this. And that crazy nurse, too. And Spock says, you just stay here on Vulcan, woman. I'll be back for you in about 15 years. Spock, she says, but damn it, Spock, I won't wait for you that long. He says, illogical. You have no option but to wait. It's like, I can't wait 15 years, Spock. And he's like, well, then maybe your parents didn't choose for you so correctly. Oh, no! Why has he got a fucking... Ah, damn it. What's he going to fight? Is he going to fight? Is he going to fight? Captain Pike? Yeah, sure. Let's Spock fight Captain Pike. Let's Spock fight Captain Pike in a Lurper match. And he's like, yeah, well, I'm sure we're never going to fight my captain again. The ready room with, fuck you, Will. Fuck you, Will Wheaton. And you're, what the hell is that? Yeah. No, why are they shaking these things? They shouldn't be doing these things yet. These things should be away until he's actually ready to be married. He's dreaming. He's dreaming. No wonder. Okay. Whatever. Whatever. How Strange New Worlds made the Gorn scary? What do you mean how Strange New Worlds made the Gorn scary? The Gorn were scary from TOS. And they were certainly scary in Enterprise. View full coverage of how... No! Star Trek Voyager wasted TV's greatest villain in his lone appearance. What? Whose lone appearance? Okay, I gotta see. Mark Shepard, arguably TV's greatest villain, played one on Star Trek Voyager. Star Trek Voyager, a show I think has got great value and is my personal favorite. Oh, fuck you, Chad. Fuck you, Chad. Not utilizing the talents of Mark Shepard beyond his singular appearance. You know who else they didn't use to his full potential? The Rock. Whatever. Fuckers pissing me off. The Mona Lisa has been caked in an attempted vandalism stunt. Mona Lisa attacked with cake in an apparent climate protest. Who the fuck cares? There's no way that if they are stupid enough to have the real Mona Lisa on display, then they deserve all the cake they get thrown at it. "21 bodies recovered after plane crashes into Himalayan mountainside in Nepal." It's depressing. At least 4 cops shot overnight across NYC. Never heard that on the news this morning. I did hear about Manhattan Hedge 2022, the much bigger story. Oh, well, 4 cops were shot overnight across NYC. They didn't bring it up on the news this morning at all. No. That's the New York Post. Manhattan's oldest home hits the market for the first time, asking $8.9 million. It's also not something you see.
Anybody on your stream live in Wisconsin?
Anybody on the stream from Wisconsin? John Araki with $1 super chat. Thank you, John Araki. Strawberries likely caused hepatitis outbreak, the FDA says. Resolute Germ says, you may as well do this every week, Bird. In 10 seconds, you outdid what the writer's room was able to do within months. Pop Culture Curator says, Spock going to fight Pike. Which beta male will win? Both lose, in my guess. Was he the villain or an antagonist? It's a good question. Not always the same. Resolute Germ says, guess Chad needs someone to explain to him what a guest star is. Mike Richards says, what was Bird doing in Nepal? I didn't crash a plane in Nepal. Unless Microsoft Flight Simulator isn't a simulator. That would be very scary. Resolute Germ says, Pop Culture Curator. He failed. No, I didn't. Oh, he played Egypt's father. He played Egypt's father. The Epic Perspective says, Neelix just wrote in, said he wasn't utilized in his full potential. Epic Perspective is in Michigan, which is close to Wisconsin. Mama Prey was looking at where we should move, and she was looking at Wisconsin. Oh, at a particular house in Wisconsin. It was a barn made into a house. John Araki says, if strawberries caused hepatitis, I don't want to know what causes monkeypox. No, I surprise you. I'm not surprised. I don't think anyone wants to know. But let's do some Dear Bop. I believe there's only 2 Dear Bop. We'll see. We'll see if there's more than one. No, 2 Dear Bops. And I think, in fact, it might only be one. Let's start here. Dear Bop, Kenobi is terrible. They killed off a character that premiered in a Disney Star Wars series that occurs after this one, breaking canon. And for what? Yeah, this one we did already. They also took the masculine hero in Ben Kenobi, cut his nuts off, just like they did to Luke Skywalker in Last Jedi. What a pile of Turdistan. And a boring pile of Turdistan at that. Yeah. They really don't even find the show entertaining enough to keep watching. So I don't think I will, but listen, if you enjoy it, more power to you. The Random Menace with a 21-month friend of Karoga super chat says, greetings from the future, where Strange New World is recognized for what it is, a great entertaining show, expanding the well-known canon. But Yosef, tell me, how is it expanding well-known canon when literally Spock in the TOS episode, I forget where, but Spock says, this is my first time doing a mind meld with a human before. And now, in Strange New Worlds, you see Spock did a mind meld with a human a decade before this, before he said, this is my first time doing a mind meld with a human before. So tell me, Yosef, how does that work? Is Spock lying? Did Spock forget? Or is Spock lying? Or is Spock just say, well, I should give him a warning. So I'll I don't know, I'll bring up or I'll forget that I've done mind melds with humans before, but it's been such a long time, it's almost like it's for the first time. So is that an honest way of saying what he wants to say? Or should he just say, I haven't done a mind meld with a human being in years? Or should he just say, this is very dangerous, period? Because he's just lying. He's just lying. And there's, if you make Spock to be a liar, then you've really lost anything that you could hold on to. I don't know how else to say it. Low specs Linux laptop says Kirk made first contact with the Gorn in TOS FFS. Yeah, that's another thing there. How many, it's a Jenga block. I hope everybody's played Jenga. Okay? And Jenga, you make a tall Jenga board up, and you just label that the original series. And now we've come, and Star Trek Discovery has pulled out a Gorn, and now TOS has pulled out a Gorn, and now we're pulling out all of Spock's first, and then we had pulled out Tribbles, and then we pulled out more Tribbles. Now we're pulling out Spock's first. How many more blocks can we pull out before the whole tower crumbles? Right? How many more things can they take off of TOS and say, sorry, you weren't the first starship to leave the galaxy. You weren't the first starship to whatever. You weren't the first Vulcan to do a mind meld on a human. You weren't the first this to do that. How many things do we have to remove, or can we remove, before the entire thing just crashes down around us? It's ridiculous. I don't understand how people who kid themselves into the fact that these are minor details. Granted, any one issue is minor, right? Any one thing is minor. But if you've got 50 minor things and they're all coming in with no hope of stopping, then it's death by 1,000, 1,000 little bites, or whatever they call it. Death by 1,000 scratches. There's no stopping it. It's coming, and it's not even a risk. It's a fact. It's going to destroy you. It's going to destroy you. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you don't stop it with force, it will destroy you. Low specs Linux laptop says, and they look nothing like Gorn. Well, we don't see what they look like. We know they don't sound like Gorn. John Araki says he can't wait for the Strange New World Pon Far. Resolute Germs is a terrible dystopian future. You come from Random Menace. Random Menace says, is, however, Laan a full human we thought so about Una. If she's not human, then Spock A would have known when he whatevered with her. I mean, if she's not human and Una's not human, then what's the point? What's the fucking point? Are there any humans on this ship? Maybe Pike isn't human. Maybe the Telosians are actually really stupid, like Pakled level stupid. That would make more sense. The Telosians are Pakleds. Ooh, it's another Enterprise. No, it's not expanding. It breaks it. John Araki says maybe we get to see another cyborg science officer that could be corrupted by AI in strange new worlds. Those specs on his laptop, they also, yes, they ruined Tribbles. They ruined Tribbles. Not for me, of course, because fuck them. But for anybody who pays attention, they ruined Tribbles. Stop giving them ideas, Bird. Jenga track, says the Epic Perspective. Fascinating. In Spock voice. John Araki, death by 1,000 grains of sand, of salt. That's another way. Death by 1,000 fleas. Okay. Dear Bob, red shirts always die.com. The Orville producers clarify the series isn't canceled. They can clarify, but it was. 19 hours ago. The Orville, renamed as the Orville New Horizons, debuts its third season on Hulu on June 2nd. There have been a lot of questions about the fate of the Orville, with the cast having been released from their contracts, moving on to other projects. Also, the 3-year wait between season 2 and season 3 may have cost the series quite a bit of fans who have forgotten about it or lost interest. So the question of whether or not the series will return for a 4th season has been up in the air since before the trailer even dropped for the 3rd season. And the answer right now is, we don't know. What we do know, according to a recent Trek movie interview with writer, executive producer Brandon Braga and David A. Goodman, along with the director, executive producer John Kazar, is that the series has not been officially canceled. Goodman even said that the fans and the audience, if the fans and the audience shows up on Hulu, they absolutely can be a season 4. The creators and star of the Orville, Seth MacFarlane, confirmed that it's up to the audience whether the Orville goes or stays or goes. After being asked about the Orville's fate, MacFarlane told TV Line that it all comes down to the question is there an audience? He added that it was all coming down to the question, is there an audience? He added, was what remained to be seen, which shouldn't come as a surprise since the series is coming back after a long hiatus. Through no fault of its own, the series suffered from production release delays since we're in a live, get it now type of world where practically anything we want to watch is streaming at our fingertips. The previous audience might not return in full force. However, given how epic the show is supposed to be, the 3rd season, there's a very good chance fans could find their way to the series when it debuts on Hulu this Thursday. I hope so, because, man, I don't think Hulu has enough people watching. Well, guys, I mean, good luck. Good luck. I already have Hulu, so I'm not going to buy a new one. But I may. Well, if Orville goes, I'd be very surprised if they get a new season of Orville. Let's just put it that way. Very, very surprised. Random Menace says DS9 had a minority of humans in the main cast. That's true. That's true. Oh, DS9 takes place later in the series than TOS or yeah. I don't know. What was that about? Yeah, I guess it's about the same as Orville. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. And those were it. That was our only Dear Bops for the night. So I guess okay. Well, guys, I guess then we're going to call it an evening here. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you all for hanging out with me. What do we got going on? What do we have going on? Okay, well, Salty is still streaming, so you guys probably could head over there if you want. LDG stopped streaming, so yeah. Guys, if you still want to talk and hang out, I'm going to put in Salty's link. If anybody else is streaming now, please put in a link to your page, and people can head over to you. And Son of a Red Shirts is Bird of Prey and all the cool people here. Cheers. Hope all are well. Thank you, Son of a Red Shirt. I hope you are well, as do all the other cool people. Throw another tribble on the Barbie. Ozzy O'Prey. Oi, let's throw another tribble on the Barbie. You wanna make sure you get the hair all nice and trimmed. I can sell you my genuine Australian shaving cream, and you clean off the tribbles, and you get that smooth skin from making tribbles on the Barbie. It's good. It's good stuff. John DeMarco says Lahan is a descendant of Khan. She's human, indeed. Pop Culture Curator says they're making some mistake. That Ash first Evil Dead series. They bet the farm on Stars, a third-tier service, so it failed. Same with the Orville. Yeah, Stars, unfortunately, not the best. Take care, Bird and family, says Pop Culture Curator. Take care. Mike Richards says farewell. Farewell, Mike Richards. Salty Trekker Raid. Absolutely. Jedi Bill is streaming, guys. Check out Jedi Bill, please. What you got doing, Jedi Bill? What is this? To hell and back. To hell and back. Jedi Bill Theater. Watch along with Mr. CCDV. There you go. You got the screening room. There's a Helen back. Have a good evening, says John. Take care. Qapla all. Bird out. But wait, there's more. The video might be over, but there's more fun to be had. First, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have clicked that bell icon to get notifications of new videos in your YouTube feed. Share this video on social media to help this channel fight the algorithm that favors big media. Also check out www.birdoprey5.com for links to my other channels, various social media accounts, merch store, Dear Bop, affiliate links, and all your Birdo Prey 5 needs. At the main Birdo Prey 5 YouTube channel, you can find all sorts of live streams and unlisted videos, YouTube membership options, and a community section with polls and updates on the channel. On the secondary channel, Birdo Prey 5X, you can find overflow content that doesn't always make the main channel. Subscribe to both channels, please. Thanks for watching. Remember, I stream almost every day. This is Birdo Prey 5 saying goodbye, world. Until next time. P.S. Hail Sassy, hail Charlie, and of course, hail Karoga.